Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Happy Arvo. The 6 strange things we noticed when we moved to Australia. I appreciate that. Most people try to use like a number like 5 or 10, but then you're just being arbitrary. Like, hey, if there's 6 things, then make it 6, That's what this guy did, and that's what we're going to watch today. The Bam Fam Lam in Australia. Go check out his channel. Let's go.
Bang.
Yes.
Time for filming.
That's Bam.
Now it is time to tell you about the strangest things we found about Australia.
Am I crazy, or does he sound like he has an Australian accent? How long has he lived there?
Just a quick disclaimer, these are things that we found strange as people coming from another country, not necessarily that they are strange.
I probably sound so dumb. Like, his accent is probably from freaking, I'm not even going to say. I don't know where, but it just seems odd to me that he moved to Australia and he sounds Australian to me. Am I wrong?
We found strange as people coming from another country, not necessarily that they are strange. Number one is prices here fluctuate like crazy. Now this goes from fuel prices to food prices. For example, petrol was being sold at $1.86 here yesterday.
And
186.
today, it's just
This video must be old.
jumped up to $2.24. Sometimes it
$2.24. Okay, yeah, that's a big jump. Here in the States, it might fluctuate like 20 cents a day. And that would be a pretty sizable jump.
jumps up 30-40 cents in just a day.
So that's why we use our 7-Eleven app to lock in the fuel price for the next 7 days. And this is how it looks.
Good tip, Ben.
Cheers, buddy.
Obviously, fruit and veg are cheaper when they're in season and when there's a big supply. However, from Europe, it's not something we're used to. If you're in the UK or probably any European country, I'm not sure about America, but...
Okay, now I think she sounds British, right? Right? I mean, she just said something about the UK, so I think she gave that away, but yeah.
You would pay a set amount any day of the year for, say, your broccoli or your cauliflower. Over here, it really does fluctuate a lot, and it was something that we found really strange to begin with.
I wonder if that's because there's less imports of that type of goods from like other countries, and so there's a smaller supply of farmers and stuff that are running the show there, and so it's a more volatile market. Look at me. That probably was completely wrong, but
we've obviously got used to it, but it was really strange to us.
It does make sense though, because there's a huge amount of fruit and veg grown here in Australia and not so much imported.
yes, one for the American.
Number 2 is that even though we're speaking the same language of English, it is so different, and there is so much confusion between English-speaking countries or English-speaking cultures. We can be saying the same words but meaning something completely different. For example, Ben went on a dogging course this week.
I actually did.
Now, in the UK, dogging is something very perverted and will actually land you in court.
Or just in jail time.
But Ben, explain to us what
I'm
dogging
afraid
means
what that
to
is.
you.
So I now have a license to use the straps and...
All of a sudden now he sounds like he's from the UK, so that's just like, I'm so bad with accents. Oh my gosh, that's why I can't do an impression.
chains and stuff like that, working with crane drivers on building sites. So absolutely.
What did he say?
Chains and stuff like that, working with crane drivers to use the straps and chains and stuff like that, working with crane drivers on building sites. So absolutely nothing to do with the dogging you read about in UK news.
What is dogging in the UK? I don't know if I want to know.
Newspapers. So that is just one of the misunderstandings we've had here
That's funny,
at
though.
Tom's in Australia. Thongs is another one, and I am now a proud owner of my own pair of thongs, and I've got to keep it a secret from the rest of the family in UK. The third thing we'd like to touch on is one that Maz finds very strange, and that's drive-through bottle-os. Because
What the heck is that?
she doesn't
What is a bottle-o?
really get the whole, I'm going to start driving and buy some beer to carry on driving.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I realise obviously the idea is not that you drink it in the car while you're driving.
Oh, okay.
But to me, if I went through a drive-through fast food restaurant, I would probably be scoffing it in the car.
Oh, yeah.
But
Unlike some of us,
You already know that's how it is here in America. You buy that large, supersized fry at McDonald's, it's already gone by the time you get home.
restaurant, I would probably be scoffing it in the car. But
unlike some of us that would wait until we got home to eat it.
not everyone waits. But anyway, it just, when we first saw it, it really made me laugh because I just had visions of people, you know, having the beer chucked in their car and just opening
That
a
is
can
funny.
to go around drinking. And it just didn't really seem to, it just wasn't something I'd seen.
I have heard tales of old that here in America, that was a thing in certain counties and stuff. You could go through like a drive-through liquor store. So I guess same thing, but they're doing that in Australia, huh? That's cool. That's one more reason to move there.
It just didn't really seem to, it just wasn't something I'd seen before, and it just seemed a little bit strange. But I do get it. It's
Well,
yeah.
okay.
The idea is not to go around drinking while you're driving.
No, it's just so you don't have to get out the car to start loading up your car.
Number 4 is that licensing laws are so different here. It can be different, well, it is different in every state. So you might be able to purchase alcohol in a supermarket in one state, but in Queensland you definitely can't. And the other thing that really got us was that there are certain days of the year where they make it actually harder to buy alcohol, such as Good Friday, which was really strange to us. We'd not really had those kind of restrictions before.
Here in America, some states still have it where you can't buy alcohol on Sunday, any Sunday.
We didn't realise they were going to be in place. It's certain public holidays, but Good Friday seems to be a really big deal here, and
Got it.
yeah, there's a lot of rules in place.
Some of the towns in Australia, you can't even drive through with alcohol in your boot, let alone buy anything. It's done to protect some communities, but it's something we've never heard of before.
On that note, actually, this is a bit of an extra one, but on that note,
Lucky yous.
you will find that if you go out to places on a public holiday, you'll be charged a surcharge, such as if you went to a cafe or restaurant, of maybe 15%. I think. If you went to a cafe or restaurant, of maybe 15%, I think, charged a surcharge, such as if you find that if you go out, a bit of an extra one, but on that note,
Lucky yous.
you will find that if you go out to places on a public holiday, you'll be charged a surcharge, such as if you went to a cafe or restaurant, of maybe 15%.
Let alone buy anything. It's done to protect some communities, but it's something we've never heard of before.
On that note, actually, this is a bit of an extra one, but on that note,
Lucky yous.
you will find that if you go out to places on a public holiday, you'll be charged a surcharge, such as if you went to a cafe or restaurant, of maybe 15%, I think. And the reason for this
Really?
is they actually pay their team members more on those days. So you as the customer can, you know, obviously pay for that.
Logical.
So that's something we'd never encountered before either, but
I've never
it
seen
is
that
a
either.
good thing for the Aussies because it means that they're being paid well for working those undesirable days.
No one wants to work an undesirable day.
No.
Number 5 alive is they celebrate the Queen's birthday over here, and they're not even on the same day in each state. I think each state just choose a day to celebrate the Queen's birthday.
Yeah, I think, is it June?
I didn't know anybody celebrated her birthday. That's just the truth. I didn't know that. That's how much of an ignorant American I truly am deep down. I didn't know anyone. That obviously makes some sense that they would in the UK and stuff, but in Australia they do. I guess because there's so many people from the UK.
June for most states, and then for some reason Queensland celebrate at the beginning of October. So even
How is it
though
gonna
we're
be a different
celebrating
day,
the
though?
Queen's birthday, it doesn't necessarily need to be on the Queen's birthday.
It's definitely strange. I think
That is
it might
weird.
just be that Australians want a day off.
I think it was stranger to us because being from the UK, we don't celebrate the Queen's birthday. So it seemed really funny that we got a public holiday for it here.
So listen up
Well, there you go.
there, UK,
So it's pretty much just Australia that celebrates the Queen's birthday? Huh.
because I think the Australians just give...
That we got a public holiday for it here.
So listen up there, UK, because I think the Australians just give you a ripper idea for another bank holiday.
Number 6 is
Got the fingers.
the term yeah nah. So that's a really strange one to get used to. We're used to it, we actually use it. But
That reminds
it's
me
a
of
funny
some-
one to begin with because it means no.
Or you go the other way around and it's nah, yeah.
And that means yes.
It's like, no, I know what you're getting at.
Confused much? We were too. If you want to
That's funny for a couple reasons. First of all, here in America, we do say that, but not like yeah nah. Yeah nah. We would just say yeah no. That's kind of like that's a thing. You know, people say that like yeah no. We're like yeah no. Or like no yeah yeah. No yeah. But it also makes me think of all the different kind of like Southern Midwestern phrases that are just like that, where I don't know, where it's like, oh, it's pretty much exactly like that. Yeah, like, oh, yeah, no, what, yeah, huh, yeah, like people, I don't even know, dude. I lived here half my life here in the Midwest, and people say that kind of thing a lot more than out east.
say no to something, just yeah nah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I love it. We're teaching Australian language.
Yes. Nah, yeah.
And I need you to stand back a tiny bit because you're blocking the light
The
from me.
outtakes.
But the first thing we'd like to touch on is fuel prices. Oh no, it's not, is it? It's just prices
No,
going all
it's
over
the
place.
prices jumping up all over
Hang
the
on,
place.
Do it again. I think you're taking over. So they probably thought I was a little bit stupid, but it wasn't. I was actually struggling to keep
It
up with the
wasn't?
accent. It was early. But I think they should do.
Sorry.
But I think they should have a public holiday in England
Do that again,
celebrating
I
the
just
Queen's.
sniffed.
But I do think they should have a Queen's.
You're gonna take this part out. You're gonna redo it and then put all this in at the end. Huh?
So if you
Take
like
that part out I just sniffed, but add it to the end.
this video, you know.
That's funny. I like these people. I'm gonna give that video a nice big fat American thumbs up. Yeah, I love learning like just the little idiosyncrasies, the little things, you know, like that I've never thought about, how there's less imported, you know, vegetables and fruits and stuff, so the prices are more volatile. Huh. Very interesting. And the surcharge on the holiday. Huh. Like holiday pay here is a thing, especially yeah, even at like a low paying job, usually you'll get holiday pay, but it's not like the customer has to pay extra. That's usually just, I don't know, I guess factored in through the normal prices throughout the year. It's, yeah, holiday pay, perfectly normal. It's a lot more than 15% too. It's usually about 50% more pay on a holiday. Hey, but maybe it's more than, maybe the customer only pays 15% more, but you get more as the employee being paid more. I don't know. But he said the surcharge was, or she said the surcharge was 15%. Interesting. That's all I have to say. Interesting. And thank you for watching. Oh, and I hope you join me again for another Australian reaction. You can subscribe if you want to, either way. If you don't, hey, thank you for watching and happy Arvo. And by the way, I know that that's not how you say it. I just like saying that. Goodbye.